Different eyes, same question. What's right? Let me take you on a journey through time, across generations, into the minds of people asking the same question. What is the right thing to do? Every generation wrestles with ethics and values, but they don't all answer that question the same way. Let's begin with the millennials. Millennials, or Gen Y, the era of balance. Born between 1981 and 1996, millennials grew up during the rise of the internet, globalism, and major social change. Meet Maya. She's 35. She believes in principles like fairness, justice, and transparency. For her, ethics means doing what's right even if it's inconvenient. She cares about the collective good. Maya donates to causes, recycles faithfully, and believes in work-life balance, not just for herself, but as a moral responsibility to those around her. But millennials also grew up in a world of contradictions, economic crashes, student debt, political scandals, so they learn to ask questions, challenge systems, and find middle ground. They value diversity of opinion. For them, morality isn't black or white, it's often gray, and that's okay. The next generation is Generation Z, the era of activism and authenticity. Enter Generation Z, born between 1997 and 2012. This is the first generation to grow up completely in the digital age. Now meet Zane, age 20. He's vocal on social media. For him, morality is deeply personal and deeply public. He doesn't just care about being a good person, he wants systems to change. Gen Z tends to value authenticity and transparency. They challenge authority if it feels unjust. They are passionate about social justice, equality, mental health, and climate action. But with all this openness comes challenge. Decision-making is complex in a world of instant feedback and cancel culture. Zane often asks himself, am I doing this because it's right or because it's popular? Still, Gen Z isn't afraid to speak up. They are reshaping what ethical leadership looks like. It's not about hierarchy, it's about being real. The next generation is Generation Alpha, the digital natives of empathy. Now let's imagine the youngest voices, Generation Alpha, born 2013 and beyond. They are still growing up, but we're already seeing signs. Leah is 8 years old. She's learning about empathy from cartoons, about kindness from YouTube stories, and about fairness from interactive games. Gen Alpha is being raised with inclusivity, mental health awareness, and flexible identities. Their ethical compass is shaped by feelings, community, and global thinking. For them, technology is not just a tool. It's part of their moral universe. Artificial intelligence, virtual friends, and global issues are shaping how they understand what's right. They may grow up believing that being ethical means understanding others deeply, even those who are totally different. Conclusion: what this means for us. So what does all this mean? It means that the definition of ethics is evolving. Millennials bring structure and balance. Gen Z brings passion and boldness. Gen Alpha brings empathy and adaptability. The challenge of today's society is this: can we find a way to merge these values? Can we build a world where principles, authenticity, and empathy work together? If we can listen to each generation, not to prove one is better, but to learn, then we can create a moral compass that's not only true for today, but strong enough to guide the future. As the philosopher John Dewey once said, "The good man is the man who, no matter how morally unworthy he has been, is moving to become better." Each generation is moving. The question is, are we moving together? Which generation's ethical perspective aligns most with you? So for me, I find myself aligning most with the Generation Z's ethical perspective. I value authenticity, and I believe that ethics isn't just about following rules, it's about challenging unjust systems and speaking up for what's right. I resonate with the idea that being moral today means being aware of both personal integrity and social responsibility. Like Zane, I often ask myself if I'm doing something because it's right or because it's expected, and I think that self-awareness is powerful. So the next question is, how can these differences help us build a more ethical society? These generational differences can help us build a more ethical society by offering a more complete picture of what right looks like. Millennials bring thoughtful decision making and respect for process. Gen Z pushes us to be courageous and to challenge injustice. Gen Alpha reminds us to lead with empathy and to care for others in a deeper, more inclusive way. When we combine structure, activism, and compassion, we can create ethical systems that are not only smart but also human.